It started at Cornell when Cornell was comparing Le Corbusier with Palladio. He said that it's the same, he took Palladio's villa and Le Corbusier's villa, and he said it's exactly the same system of arrangement and I think not only me, the whole class was excited, but then we just didn't know how to apply it. When you listen to him, it's really, God, this is great. But when you actually do, it's not that easy. I mean, it took me half my lifetime to get it built, some of the ideas. It's not easy. That's why I think, probably not just in Thailand, but here, architects are saying that my work is really pretty boring because there's nothing new. I didn't think of anything new. I just take things from the past and put it. That's because they haven't tried. It's, I think it just dawned on me that I really need to do a building that doesn't shout, very, very serene, and buildings shouldn't call attention. So I started to talk to the carpenter, the craftsman. There are not that many, but then, and so the Tamil village. That's when I really. Finally, I was able to do something that I think, then after I've done it, I think, okay, this is the correct way to approach design, is not to do anything new, just learn from the past. Like my first building is that, I think it was probably, I want to show people, I want people to look at my buildings. I think that's, looking back, that's not right. I think the Tamil village, people should not be aware of the building, they should be aware of the space that the building creates. I think that's the right way to design. If you ask me today, originality is all, doesn't matter. I forgot who said that you can be original. Was it Leon? By copying the past, you can become original. Originality is not, it's not important at all. It's not.
What struck me about Ungard's work was how he embraced the shared building traditions that he loves. First and foremost, Thailand, the architecture of Thailand, the architecture of Nepal, the architecture of many Chinese cities and dynasties, Japanese architecture. But then also he infuses non-Asian traditions. For instance, some elements of public space from Italian cities, the piazza, the plaza, the square, which is not indigenous to Thailand, but yet it acquires a Thai quality when it's in the hands of Ungard.
I think one of the reasons that we saw that it was important to honor Ungard's work, it was of course the beauty and the quality of the projects, but also to send the message that classicism isn't just a Western exercise, that there's lots of beautiful work that falls under the broader description of classical architecture and how to engage in a conversation across time with the architecture of a particular place. And it was important for us to bring in representation of that from Asia. And so I'm really excited.
You should not put too much emphasis on the function of building, because that's the easy part. You can always solve that. But how to create an interesting interior space, from the outside to the inside out. And that's, there's so many examples you can learn from the past, either vernacular or classical. so important that you have to think about how when you design, you have to think of how people would move through space. But in the end, it has to terminate to see the first, which is the point of arrival. That's a key. I think what he said, that's the key of a successful building, or at least a good building. Yeah. I cannot say that I want the building to blend with the environment, because the environment is wrong. So I want to create an example that this is the way it ought to be. I think there's one criticism somebody wrote, that my building does not reflect the vernacular of the building next door. But if you're in a bad neighborhood, then you shouldn't behave badly. You should just set an example, I think. I guess maybe it comes down to a matter of preference, but this is the way I want to do it, and I think it's the right way. And I think most public sort of like what I did, so I'm okay with that. What architects think is not that important. Like I said, most are insane. Maybe I'm insane too. I don't want to repeat myself. I want to keep learning.